Recently I am getting back into the Hermetic philosophy and the Kabbalion because the Hermetic philosophy is the basis of almost all the mainstream uh, New Thought teachers who speak about manifestation. Neville Goddard quoted from Hermeticism, Florence Scovel Shinn talked about it, and you can see the hints of it from in all of these teachers because it's an ancient philosophy. And it's not even a philosophy, it's basically a framework and an architecture. It explains the architecture of this reality. And from there, it says the basis of this philosophy is that the all is mind, the universe is mental, and the all is what they call God. That God is a living mind or eternal spirit, and God or the all is dreaming this dream we call life. As Florence Scovel Shinn's book title is, that how the game of life and how to play it. So this is a game of life being dreamt by the father mind, and you are an individualized aspect of the same mind playing your own game. And the book, The Kabbalion, has this quote something like this, that when those who know or understand that the substance of the universe is mental, they are well along the path towards mastery. It means is this, that everything that you see, its cause is mental and not physical. What does that mean? It means that everything has cause in the mind of God, and by extension or by individualization of the same aspect of God, you are causing your reality to exist via your consciousness. That is why manifestation works. That is the basis of it. Otherwise, you thinking differently should not change effects of a world, a matter or physical world, but it does. So, the reason I talked about all of this is because the next thing that I'm going to talk about from the book is the law of polarity. And it will only make sense to you if you understand that the universe is mental. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This life that you are living is, its source or substance is God, and God alternatively is living spirit or the living mind. It's malleable, it changes, whatever you imagine, it makes it so. And so this is how you can control this dream. This is why all the beliefs that you hold about yourself continue to manifest your reality, and the moment you change those beliefs, as popularized by reprogramming your subconscious mind, the more you change those beliefs, the more you see that your world starts to change drastically. And that's the psychological term, is reprogramming your subconscious mind. But we know that the cause is spirit, so it's not even psychology, it's spirit. So once you begin to change your spirit or your consciousness by assuming something new about yourself, this is the law of assumption. When you add law of assumption, you assume new things about yourself and then you persist in them, because initially your own consciousness rejects those ideas or feels them to be false. But the more you persist in them, knowing that you are spirit and not your mind, not your thoughts, and you're not of this world, you are in this world but you are not of it, the more you persist, the more you are able to create a life that you want to live. That is, you shift into your desired reality. So this is the basis, the law of mentalism behind manifestation. Now, the title of the video is that you can transmute anything bad into good. And this is derived, or this rests upon the basis of the law of polarity that is talked about in the book The Kabbalion. The law of polarity says that everything has two poles, and every truth is but half truth, and every emotion has two poles, or every state of being has two poles, every condition has two poles. So when an event happened in your life, that is unwanted. It says in the book that to kill the unwanted event is to polarize yourself to the opposite end of it. What does that even mean? To simplify, it means this. As Neville Goddard often used to say, that give joy for mourning, beauty for ashes. Basically, when something so-called negative or unfavorable happens, you do not accept it. Instead, you put faith in the opposite of it, the opposite end of it. So in every single moment, you are aware of either being who you desire to be or you're not. An event happens, for example, you are struggling with financial stuff and a big bill comes. In that moment, if you have assumed yourself to be wealthy from now on, that event should not shake you, because it has the opposite pole of it as well. The negative pole has manifested, but the positive pole already exists as well. So you can transmute that event by drawing more power from it and putting more faith in your desired end. I practically did that recently. Well, not recently, I made a bunch of videos about it when I was buying a flat in Russia. And long story short, one thing led to another, and I couldn't get the money from my home country to Russia due to sanctions. And I already had paid a deposit to the apartment, and then I couldn't get the whole amount, and so basically I was going to lose the apartment, and my bank could not help me. In that moment, the negative polarity manifested. What did I do in that moment? I applied the law of mentalism and the law of polarity. I had no evidence that my fulfillment is going to manifest after that. I had no evidence. I had all the evidence opposing to what I wanted. But I said, I don't care, I am with my vision and the vision is complete. I transmuted all that frustration, all that bad that I was feeling. I was furious. I was frustrated, angry and furious and disgusted by the state of the world. But I took all that frustration and I transmuted it into brazen impudence, as Neville Goddard calls it. That is, showing the middle finger to the world and saying, no, I have what I want. Now, you can only do that when your foundation is built upon rock, as Christ would say, that build your foundation upon rock. That is, your foundation is built upon the idea that the universe is mental. No conditions are final. And I can transmute any condition into the positive polarity of it. I can transmute lovelessness into being loved. I can transmute lack into abundance. I can transmute hate into love. I can transmute chaos, anxiety into calm. I have done that. I have done this in real time. There were things that I used to flip out about, but now I take the opportunity when those things come about, those anxieties and fears come about. I remind myself that who am I being right now and who I desire to be. It comes to me that I desire to be calm and present and a rock for other people that they can rely upon. So in that moment, I transmute the anxiety and chaos to become more present, to become intensely present and intensely calm, and to feel all the emotions and chaos within me and not let them shake me. That's transmutation. So when I was buying the flat, I converted all the frustration and the negative polarity of the situation into fulfillment by saying that I am with my vision and the vision is complete. I turned fear and rejection into faith. This is what it means when Neville Goddard talked about the idea, and scripture talks about the idea that faith without works is dead. Now, people have this misconception that works is only physical. That is, you must go out into the world and actualize your faith by banging your head against the wall and warring against the world, right? No, it's not just physical action is the slowest way to create. Again, the all is mind, the universe is mental. The cause, the first cause or the primary cause is always mind. So I did the works. It was a work to convert and transmute fear, desperation, anger, and frustration into faith by claiming boldly with brazen impotence and not letting my core be shaken or my foundation be shaken because it was built upon rock, by saying that I am with my vision and the vision is complete. And I have made a whole video about it. Then the whole situation turned around and I got what I wanted. So the law of polarity simply states that every single situation, condition, event, emotional state, mental state has another polarity. It has two polarities. The good has bad attached to it. Love has hate and hate has love attached to it. Anxiety has peace as attached to it. They are one in the same. It's just that it's like temperature. Cold is also temperature and hot is also temperature. It's the varying degrees of the same thing. It's the varying degrees of the same. So anxiety and peace are the same thing. It's just the varying degrees of it, right? So you can transmute anxiety and take that opportunity to focus upon peace in the middle of the raging waves of the sea and the storm, and you can become intensely present and allow the anxiety to exist while you be peace in that moment. And what will happen is you will see that if somebody else is raging around you, they will come into peace or calm down, or the situation that was bothering you will slowly but surely or sometimes abruptly turn into peace. So this is what is meant by transmutation. Focusing, because you are given the, as it says in the book The Kabbalion, man is given the gift of speech and mind which makes him equal to the immortals. You are given the gift of freedom of choice as well. So when something happens, you are given the gift of choosing where, on which polarity in that moment you're gonna put your focus on. And that is what further creates the next frame of your reality. So you are choosing in that moment whether you remain fulfilled, you remain, you put the works that are necessary for faith to live, or you succumb to the the old identity. And that is the defining moment. So a lot of you, the idea came to me of this is because I now get questions from my viewers and my clients and my members, something to the effect that these things, we know these things, but we forget to apply it. And how to stay persistent. Well, you must build your foundation upon rock and understand the foundation of reality is the law of mentalism. And God is mind, and that mind lives within you. So when you can, in the worst condition, now I'm not saying worst conditions are supposed to happen in order for you to get what you want, but you can, in those worst conditions, still stand upon that foundation and say, I am that which I desire to be, and I'm with my vision, and the vision is complete. And it takes a certain brazen impetus and courage. This is why Naval Guard says, dare to assume. It's a dare. It takes some courage. And when you say that, that is when reality shifts the fastest and the most, drastic of ways. So how do you do it? Or how do you not forget about it? Just understand one simple principle and remind yourself consistently, or see the world at least from the lens that the all is mind and the universe is mental. Whatever I see is not final, it's not as solidly real as they say it is. It's not the end, because its source is God, and God is mind, and mind is malleable. And I can use the law of polarity to focus upon that pole that which I desire to experience. And you repeatedly polarize yourself from the bad towards the good. Every bad situation has the root of fulfillment attached to it. It's just that when the bad happens or the opposing thing happens, we get so lost in it that we forget the positive pole also exists. And it takes a certain bit of courage in that moment, embrace an impotence to polarize yourself to the opposite side. But it becomes easier when you know that when you polarize yourself to the other side, this negative condition cannot stay. It will be uprooted, and the conditions will altogether change. So transmutation is taking one form of energy and converting into another. It is taking anger and turning into art. It is taking failure and using it as a fuel towards success. It is taking criticism and using it as fuel to create your masterpiece. That is transmutation, and that is just application of the law of polarity. So you can, in every single situation, no matter good, bad, or whatever, or neutral, you can polarize yourself and transmute that energy towards that which you desire on that pole, and put your focus upon it, feel it, imagine it, stick with it, present brazen impotence for it, and provide the works for the faith to live on within it, and you will see reality shift in order for that pole to exist, because the fundamental reality is mental. So mind, the material has to obey the mind, the source, or God. Now I know this video might sound deeply philosophical and a little bit, abstract, but try to understand that you have a choice always to transmute negative into positive, always, no matter how hard it feels. So if you practice it and try to feel after it, try to do it, the more you do it, the better you will get at it. And you can attempt to do this in everyday life situations, right? And polarize yourself from feeling like a victim to feeling like, no, I'm nobody's victim. I am the creator of my reality. Nobody can do anything to me. Turning rage into creative force, into creating something, into going to the gym, right? So transmuting these base level emotions into higher levels of emotions is a recipe to create your desired reality. So those who want to work with me one-on-one, the link is in the description, or you can join the membership channel where I do weekly live streams every Saturday and I answer all your questions in depth. And this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.